So, people, Pruning is a new short film from director Lola Blanc. She co-wrote it with Jeremy Radin. It is produced by Chris Beyruti and Nicholas Pashuva. Executive produced by Ella Petridis and line produced by Devin Burko. Sonia Taspin handles cinematography. Sophia Cohen, set decoration. Hair and makeup is Mary Check, Amanda Miller, and Philip Nathaniel Saunders. Our cast, well, Madeline Brewer is Sammy. Peyton Kennedy is her neighbor, Alina. We have got Mia Phillips, played by Akila Hughes, and Elias Roberts is played by Ben Glibby. Jeremy Radin also makes an appearance as an angry man. And they're kind of well, I don't say anything else. And Anjali Bimani is also in the film. I forget her role. The gist of the film is this: Sammy is controversial. It's how she makes her living. It's her bread and butter. Her exploding fan base is eating it up. So when she discovers a mass shooter was inspired by her specifically, she ignores it. After all, crazy people have nothing to do with her, right? That's what she tells herself as her conscience grows harder and harder to ignore, ultimately culminating in her choice to get rid of it altogether. Okay, so yeah, it's just over 14 minutes. And I thought, although this isn't anything new, right? And I think we've over lockdown, we definitely seen a lot of discussions kind of around this topic. A lot of people debating both sides, some people being more even keeled about everything, but we've seen these discussions. I mean, I guess you might not have, right? Depends what you ingest, the podcast you listen to, the news channels you check into, right? The papers you read. But yeah, I did think the way that they captured it all though was very good. The statement about the film is this: we are deeply interested in stories about changing our minds and the consequences we face when we don't. In today's culture of fanatical certainty, this film will ask us to doubt. Please consider supporting this female-led film. So yes, there we go. But yeah, I think the big thing is with a lot of occasions, people want to die on a hill, right? You come up with a fault, right? You decide to align yourself to an ideology, and now that's you, right? There is no room to maneuver. Or we follow a political party, we like a celebrity, and then we feel that we have to believe in everything that party, that celebrity, believe in. There's no deviating. We're in it 100%. And that's always the crazy thing, that's always the crazy thing. So it was interesting how this was displayed because, we saw Sammy making her posts, but then interacting with her neighbor, and talking about plants, and it's all very different. But what happens when, those lines get blurred, and that's what we see, right? And it's people trying to, and I thought it was played very well in that notion of when someone hits you with something, and for a second, right, you can see the doubt, but then suddenly, boom, blank, right? The mask goes up, and you're just regurgitating, you know, those lines. Be like, I think blah, 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 blah. And that's it. You're on that narrative and that alone. So I thought that was interesting. And then the conscience talking to you, right? And what that looks like, you know? I thought, yeah, the imagery chosen to display all of this, I thought it worked. I thought it worked. It's an interesting documentary. And as I said, I don't think it walks any new ground, but what it does do is a good job of showing, you know, something that possibly someone in that space is like going through, thinking of how they're dealing with the situation. So yeah, I think if you enjoy those, you know, films that kind of look at reality and how we deal with it, then Pruning could very well be for you. So yeah, all the information will be on the website, people. So, if you see it, check it out. Okay.